before I start, let me show you the sketches and things that inspired this painting. So I like the idea of this one, but I don't like this one in particular too much. And then I have this one, which I decided to go with these colors, but keep it a little softer. And this one being the main inspiration right there. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so my main idea behind this was I decided that at the end of the year I wanted to have 12 by 12 pieces so that I could kind of make my own calendar off of this. But realized I don't have watercolor paper large enough, so this one's just going to be 11 by 11, and I can increase it in Photoshop and it should still be okay. I'm only a little disappointed about it. So when I go ahead and I make this sketch, I like to start with a bigger pencil and slowly work my way down to a smaller size as I go along. That way I can like block in the big shapes with the bigger pencil and then slowly get more and more into the detail. So I did a few sketches before this, as you saw earlier, and I kind of combined them together to create a different picture. So this watercolor that I'm using is a palette that I put together. I'm slowly trying to, I really want to make my own watercolor palette, and this is where my watercolors go when I'm trying them out. So it's got a lot of different brands in it. The colors that I used for this painting is Daniel Smith Lemon Yellow and Daniel Smith Rose of Ultramarine. The Rose of Ultramarine has really beautiful granulation, which I don't think really showed in this picture. So with watercolors, as always, you want to start with your lightest areas and slowly build up the darks as you go along. Which you'll see that I did not do in parts of it. The corners and the ears I knew were the darkest part, so I decided just to flesh that out first so that I could get that done with. And then I would have a kind of an idea of how lighter and darker I wanted it to be based on how dark the darkest areas were. So I think I might actually want to do this one over again. Like, I like it, but I think the mistake I made was I used the same brush as I did with the little sketches as this one. So I really wanted it to be loose and messy, but because I used a tiny brush, it was messy, but it was tighter than I wanted it to be. I think if I do this again, I will try to preserve more of the yellows, and I would use a much larger brush to just block in colors and worry less about defining the fur of the bear. I'm just building up and building up and building up more of the darks, more of the fur, and more of the layers. So if I used a bigger brush and worked looser, I would have definitely cut the time that I spent trying to make this one. Sometimes when I'm getting stuck or lost in a painting, I like to do the eyes, and then I kind of find my way back to where I'm heading. Another reason it took so long to finish this one is because I ran out of painter's tape or any tape that could really handle water. And so the tape I'm using, I can't use my hair dryer on it because it will curl and peel right off. So I had to wait for it to dry by itself before I could continue on. So my favorite thing to do in the painting is to add white highlights at the end of it. I'll do this in watercolor and acrylic. And I actually love the white Posca pens for this the most. I have a few jelly rollers, and I use those here too, but the Posca pens are definitely my favorite. And the Posca pens the white ones come in a lot of different sizes too, so that's really awesome. So I can't decide if I want to redo this one for my 12 by 12 project, or if I just want to keep it and move on to the next one, so that way I'll have 12 pieces by the end of the year. That's one thing that's pretty nice, is you can always come back to a piece later and redo it. One thing I really liked about that little sketch in the corner is that kind of like the dots on her kind of made it look like she was wearing pearls, whereas I felt like on this one that wasn't conveyed in the same sense as it was in the little one. But I still like the dots. So I had a bit of trouble with the mouth and the snout because I still wanted to keep it yellow, but I kind of lost that in the rest of the painting. All right, and here we have it done. I like it okay, but I think I'd definitely try to do it again with looser, just looser in general, with a bigger brush, not worrying so much about trying to define the fur. All right, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and comment, and have a great day. Thank you.